Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to come on here and because I don't have any kids right now. My husband's at work. I have to work tomorrow, so we have to take him to my mom's. But either anyway, I had a good dinner with him. That was always nice. So I say we, Ella hit a hard stop yesterday in math. We started fractions earlier in the week, just a couple days ago. Now, keep in mind, we do not school every day. We only school 4 days a week. This week it's only been 3, just because of my work schedule and my husband's work schedule. And I'm actually the only one that does any kind of schooling. My husband will help if I ask him. But nevertheless, if you follow my channel, which not many of you do, and that's perfectly fine, but you know that we have really struggled on the math front. Not that Ella is not grasping stuff, it's just she doesn't like the curriculum or whatever. So for this next year, I've really been struggling with what to do for 4th grade. Currently, we started out 3rd grade with BJU Press 3rd grade math, which I love. That's my favorite. She always complains and always complains and always complains that there's too many problems. She's got really, really bad anxiety, and I'll get into that in just a little bit. But we switched over to Master Books. Parrot Math is what 3rd grade is. And to me, it's just not ever been enough for her. Now, I am not putting down Master Books because I think it's wonderful and I think it's great if it works for you, but everything that we've tried so far has not been working. I have been letting her do Master Books Parrot Math, and you know, through multiplication and division, it's been okay. There's some other things that I did not like and I haven't liked. We got to fractions, and just yesterday, I think it might have been the day before yesterday, she said, "Mom, I don't get it. I don't understand it. We got to do something else." So made my little mama heart a little happy because I pulled out the BJU Press Math 3 again, and we started on their fraction unit, which is lesson 78, somewhere around there. Anyway, it shows pictures. You know, Master Books wants you to use different manipulatives within your house, and they had you dividing things up into plates, and she's like, I need the pizza, I need the circle, I need the lines on the paper so I can see it. What they were doing was not working, so we pulled that out and she flew through it. First day, we had to go back a little bit and make up some stuff, but today, 5 minutes, she was done front and back on that BJU Press worksheet. So that is wonderful. I'm sitting here looking at it. When I talk about, and she actually wants to continue with this through the fractions. Now, I have promised her that we may finish Parrot Math, but we will not be using Master Books next I say next year. I school year round, so just when we're done with this, we won't be using it for 4th grade. I'm still undecided on what we're going to do next year. I'm holding out till June when 3rd grade, The Good and the Beautiful comes out with their Math 3. I'm holding out just so I can look at it and view it online to see if that's something that we want to venture into. I'm not sure that it is. Like in my last video, I mentioned that I got the second part to The Good and the Beautiful's math, and I didn't get the manipulatives or anything like that because basically it's just a review for Ella. But there's a lot of games in there, and Ella is the type of person who wants to get in there, get it done, and be done with it. She doesn't want to fluff. She does like games, but she doesn't want all that fluff. So I'm not real sure. Language arts, we use The Good and the Beautiful, and she loves it. I'm not changing that. When I mentioned that Ella has anxiety, I need to step back a little bit. I'm 43. A little old, but 43, and I just recently, I've struggled with it all my life, but I have ADD really, really, really bad, and I apologize because my medicine is now wearing off. But a couple of months ago, the doctors that I work with in the ER, they pretty much forced me to go and get tested and get on some medication, which it has done wonders for me. I have an autistic son who is on ADHD and anxiety medicine as well. It has done wonders for him. Ella, over the last year and a half, has gotten extremely hyper. If you don't know, she's a gymnast. She does 30 hours a week in gym. And I think that helps stray some of that energy. But now that I'm calmed down, I can see her. She also struggles with some really bad anxiety. And so we took her to the doctor for her checkup, just a normal checkup, and we mentioned that. And as she was bouncing around the room, and the doctor said, yeah, we're going to take care of that. So we did all kinds of scales and paperwork and stuff, and I was super shocked about what Ella worries about. I mean, I'm going to say that she goes into panic attacks. That's how bad it is. So my whole point to this is, I never knew growing up. We were always just told to sit down, shut up. There wasn't really medicine that you got put on back in the early 80s. So you just had to deal with it. You got in trouble. You know, I always got talked too much, which you can probably understand why. But just kind of listen to your kids and watch them. I didn't know that ADD and ADHD made you skip from one place to another. You know, for the longest times, every single 9 months to a year, I would switch jobs. And I had no idea that's why I was doing that. And it's not the only reason why, but it's got something to do with it. You know, this curriculum thing, I just thought she wasn't paying attention to me until I got on the medicine. And I would never want anybody on medication unless they really needed it. But listen to your kids and just watch them. It's been a struggle since she's, you know, started school in kindergarten, and I hope that when she finally does get on something, that it helps. My son, his grades went from C's to A's and some B's, and he's in public school. So I'm hoping that this helps. Don't be afraid to switch to something that works. We're going to integrate BJU Press with the Master Books until we're done, and then we're going to finish the 3rd grade BJU Press, because I can see what it offers, and Ella is very math inclined and she loves math, but only if it suits her. So you also have to remember to do what works for you as well as the parent and the teacher, because there was no, let me say it this way, we're starting to transition Ella, I say we, it's me, to try and, you know, before I sit down with her at the table, to try, I said, go to the table, start on your work, and see what you can get done. Trying to promote a little bit more independence to make her feel like she's, you know, doing it on her own. But I even forgot what my point was now. That's normal. Anyway, just do what's right for you and your family. If something's not working, then do something else. You know, she came over here yesterday. Maybe it was, no, it was this morning. She said, I can't do this. I don't understand this. It doesn't tell me an explanation, which it doesn't. It gives, in Master Books for the math, it gave no explanation on what these fractions are supposed to be. It just said this is this, and she didn't understand it. She needs to know the whys. So, do what's right for you. I hope y'all have a great evening. It's fixing to storm really bad. I don't know if you can see back in there. That's a tree in my front yard, but it's gonna storm really bad. I'm kind of home by myself, so I think I'm gonna hunker down and get ready for the evening and get ready for my work tomorrow. So I hope y'all have a great evening. I hope you have a great weekend. Everybody, stay blessed. I think this country's gonna make it out of it, this whole quarantine mess. My life never changed. We haven't been quarantined because I'm a nurse, he's a fireman, and that's just the way that works. So I hope you have a good evening. Bye.